Um, hey guys, it's Sam again. I finished reading Thomas's journal, and I can't believe I trusted him. Thomas knew everything this whole time. He knew what the town was all along. He knew Irene couldn't come after me, and he didn't tell me anything. I feel like such an idiot. Every single national park has one of these towns. He had been the head of the team called the Watchers, a branch of a company called the ARC, Anomaly Research Corporation, assigned to monitor hungry horse to make sure that the people who go missing in national parks are found before the town can get them. Jesus Christ, but why couldn't I find out sooner? Why did I trust them? Stupid Sam. I read some more of his journal, and it explains that the town might be sentient and can choose who can see and interact with them, and how national parks are only founded one of these towns blink into existence. Yellowstone's the first and has the largest town, but the towns aren't the main threat. It's what the people get taken turned into. When they get taken, their minds are changed and become something else, something sinister. I flipped to the other page and explains that the town doesn't take everyone. Some people are harder for the town to influence, and they can resist its power. These people are called the Watchers. Watchers can still be taken, but it's rare. I think Hungry Horse just took the last Watcher in Yellowstone. There's a phone number and a note written inside, in the front cover of the journal. It says to call the number if Thomas is missing or if he seems off, to tell the person who picks up the other hand that Thomas has been compromised. This is fucking insane, I thought to myself. I set the journal aside and looked out the window. The sun was setting and cast a beautiful orange glow over the mountains. I could hear the river flowing nearby. I heard a noise outside and turned around. A large shadow moved quickly across the trees near the cabin. I watched as they approached the edge of the woods. It was Thomas. He didn't look injured at all despite the fight with Irene. I ran to the door and looked as he stepped onto the porch. I looked out the window at Thomas. "Why aren't you injured?" I asked through the window. "They can't hurt me anymore," he answered. "Who are they?" I asked. "The town," he whispered. "The town?" I asked. "Yeah." "What happened to your team?" "He's dead," he said. "He's gone." "Is that why you never told me about the town?" I asked. "I didn't want to scare you," he admitted. "How do you know Irene would come after me?" I asked. "The town let me know," he said. "The town?" I asked. "What?" "You know what I mean," he said. "The town tells you stuff because you're a watcher," I asked. "Yes," he whispered. "What the fuck?" I said. "It's not important," he said. "Your journal didn't say the town was intelligent," I said. "It's alive," he responded. "It thinks and it feels it's a living identity, and its mind is vast and powerful." "It talks to you sometimes?" I asked. "Sometimes," he said. "What does it say?" I asked. Everything, he replied. I was dumbstruck. "That's impossible." "It's true, now let me please inside." He loud begged. I noticed something was off with his voice. "Why do you sound different?" I asked. "Because you're making me nervous," he answered. "You're freaking me out," I yelled. "Please let me in," he repeated. I looked at him for a few moments without saying anything. There was something about his face that made me curious. Something that seemed odd. Finally, I shook my head. "I'm sorry, Thomas," I said. He threw his body at the door. "Let me in," he shouted. "I can't do that, Thomas," I said calmly. I unlocked the gun locker and grabbed the only shotgun we had. I pointed at him and waited. Thomas stopped moving and leaned against the door. His breathing became shallow and quick. "Sammy, you're my best friend," he started to say. "I'm sorry, Thomas, but I can't open the door," I snarled. "Stop lying," he yelled. "Open the fucking door." He started throwing himself against it. Panicking, I pushed a table couch in front of it. "Samuel," he screamed. "Open this door." I just ignored him and went upstairs and laid on the bed. He kept banging on the door for an hour. Eventually, he stopped banging because I could still see him yelling. I thought I might just call the number he wrote down in this journal. Maybe ARC will send someone to deal with Thomas, I doubt. It rang 3 times before a man picked up and said, "Hello? Thomas?" I sat there quietly. Hello, he asked again. It got Thomas, I yelled. Are you safe? No, I'm not fucking safe, I screamed. Thomas has become one of those angry things from Hungry Horse, and now he's here, and he tried to break into the cabin. Hold on, he said. We'll send someone right away. Is anyone else with you? Just me, I answered. Okay, stay put and don't let him get inside the cabin, he said. Then he hung up. I lay back down in the bed and tried to ignore the sounds coming from downstairs. I could hear Thomas pounding against the door. I was terrified that ARC wouldn't show up soon enough. Then suddenly I hear a car pull out outside. I jumped off the bed and rushed downstairs to look at the window. There were men with rifles standing outside. I saw one run to the cabin, the banging at the door. Thomas had noticed him. I heard Thomas roar and the sounds of gunshots. I watched as the man loaded Thomas, who was still alive somehow, into the back of a van. The two men got into the van and drove off as another car pulled up to the cabin. A man in a white lab coat stepped down and walked up to the door, knocking on it. Open the door, Sam. Don't make this harder than it has to be. Who the fuck are you? My name is Dr. Jaden O'Blocksblood, he said. What the hell do you want? I demanded. I need to talk to you about Thomas, he said. I don't have time for your bullshit, just leave me alone. I yelled at him. I heard him sigh, and that's when I felt an arm grab my shoulder and something pricked my neck. I started to curse and the world faded to black. I woke up on a couch 30 minutes later. Looking around, I saw that Dr. Oxblood was sitting in a chair across from me. Now that everything has calmed down, you're going to tell me everything you know, he said. I guess I don't have a choice, guys. I'll update you all after I talk with Dr. Oxblood. Bye. Before I end out this video, I do want to say thank you guys to everybody who has watched, and I appreciate you so much. And I do want to say, guys, I will have a Google form in below that if you guys do want to submit any stories, you guys can, or any types of stories, you could submit it, and I'd probably do combination. But yeah, there will be a Google form there to submit any story you want. And yeah, bye guys.